you said before the game that Shohei was still trying to find himself. Do you feel like he found himself tonight?
Yeah, I think so. Just early on, getting his sea legs back and getting going, it takes a while. And so I thought tonight was one of those nights that, he was locked in and worked some things out and really got into a good rhythm.
He talked about being less predictable tonight. Was that something that he was conscious of coming out of his last start?
I think so, because I think if you look at his last start, there were some kind of a lot of predictable fastballs where I thought today he used his curveball really well. I thought Dalton did a nice job and just kind of using his entire pitch mix. And early on, he just couldn't kind of get the feel for that split. But, the sweeper, the fastball, the entire pitch mix got better as the game went on.
Did tonight embody what you were wanting out of your offense, and has it started to manifest itself the last 4 games?
It is, and it has. I think that even, Kike's big hit with 2 strikes and finding a way to drive in a couple runs was huge. And Teo and Andy getting behind the count, but still flaring balls to right field. And obviously get the homer from Conforto later to tack on. And the walks, all of it I thought was a really good performance by us. And Lodolo's got a heck of an arm. And, early on, the shadows and, sort of kind of, we just kind of coasted through those first few innings, but to kind of keep grinding and build an inning, that was really good, and a big win, winning 3 in a row from these guys. Certainly no one's done it all year.
What does it say about where Shohei's at the stage of his rehab where he can rely as heavily on some of the off-speed secondary stuff as he did tonight?
I think it just kind of speaks to the comfort level, being in competition game mode, being able to strike the breaking ball when he needed to. He made some big pitches with that curveball today, but still have 100 in the tank if you need it. But just being able to use your entire pitch mix. And today was a complete performance by Shohei. And even, through 3 innings, the pitch count was up there. And so for him to find a way to get through 4 and then through 5, first time he's done it was a huge accomplishment.
What's next for him, Dave?
I think it's going to be next week, and it's going to be, I don't know if it's, I think it's probably Wednesday. I think it's next Wednesday, and it's going to be 5 innings again.
And as he starts getting deeper into these starts, like using his full mix and kind of varying what it looks like he did tonight, is that kind of what you guys want to see out of him and what can make him effective as he gets back to like full-length starts here?
Yeah, and I think the great thing about Shohei is he can command, when he's right, 4 or 5 pitches. And so when you're trying to go through a lineup 3 times, you've got to, at times be able to go to different pitches and sequences. And so, to continue to build him up and, give us options if we want to get a little bit more length out of him is certainly helpful. But this is a good marker to get to 90 pitches through 5 innings.
And I don't think he's really been like a heavy curveball pitcher in his career. Like to see him throw as many as he did today and as well as he did, is it just another sign of like what makes him special that even his 5th best pitch he can turn to like that?
Yeah, it does. It is just his feel for the game, his pitches. It is truly remarkable, and it's also the curveball where it's not just something that goes right to left. It's something that works the front to back. The speed variation, and then that's keeps hitters again off the fastball and makes them just that much more tough to square up.
How important is it to have a game like this on tape where teams have to account for more than just fastball or the standard fare that they might run into?
Yeah, because I do think that the last few starts he was pretty predictable, and so he was smart enough to kind of suss that out and kind of get him off the scent. And so when you're trying to prepare for 4 pitches, it's 4 or 5 pitches, it's tough. So now for him to have the confidence to throw the curveball when he wants to, or mix in the split or the sweeper, all that stuff, tough to navigate.
Was Friedel going to be his last hitter?
Friedel was going to be his last hitter, that's right.
And are you still thinking 5 is the ceiling for him?
For now, yes.
9 strikeouts for Shohei, but 19 overall for the team, which is a record for the Dodgers, going back to at least 1901. What is it like to see that sort of dominant performance overall from the pitching staff?
I didn't appreciate the 19 strikeouts tonight, and that's a big number. Speaks to what our guys can do with the talent that we have, the swing and miss, and so really good performance. And I think, you know, for us to have to go into the off day and feel good about our pen, you know, our starters, you know, going into this next series, and yeah, they performed really well, and it was good to get Robo back in there and get Enriquez, who's been fantastic for us, so and Dreyer and all those guys were great.
This might be your first time in Dodgers history, two-way player earned a win. So what does this mean to you as a manager?
Well, I'm excited for Shohei. You know, he was one hitter away from not getting a chance to get a win, so because of the pitch count. So I think it was good for him to get that win. I'm happy for him, and certainly happy that we as a team got the win too.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Yep.